Hello people, in this project management video, I just want to talk about pre-development. So what I just want to say is uh, development is just one phase of project. It is a phase where the developer is really intensively concentrating on his computer or terminal, and he just has the requirements in his mind, and he codes for the requirement, and finally he finishes. So what does pre-development mean? Very recently I was in a startup, and yeah, of course I got fired from that, but the reason was they gave me a task, and even they were not sure about the task. So with the inputs I had, I started to develop, and once it was developed, no, they weren't happy, and they gave more, and I started to develop for that, and once it was happy, I was happy, and when I showed it to them, no, they weren't happy. So they had some other thing, and people were getting added into the project, and the testers who were added into the project had no idea what I was doing, and no idea what the requirement was, because of course the product owner itself doesn't know what the real requirement was. And they started to started to say that okay, things were lacking and there were a lot of bugs. To me, they weren't. And then all of a sudden, time just went by, and they just said okay, you should have done stuff in a week, which baffled me. Then of course I could have said that okay, they should have given me the requirements, what needs to be done exactly. But it was clear that okay, certain people don't deserve to have services of good developers, so I just quit. So that's what happened. So this is a real good case of failing to give pre-development requirements. So when a developer starts to develop, he develops, that is, he concentrates intensely on his coding, and he has some idea. And in the name of Agile, what's happening? In fact, people don't know what's Agile, and people say that they are practicing it. So they say that okay, look, even the owner doesn't know what exactly needs to be done, and then if the developer doesn't know what exactly needs to be done because the owner itself doesn't know, then I don't know how they justify putting the blame on developer when things are not done. So that's what happens in many projects. So how to avoid it? So first, even before going to the developer, the business analyst or whoever, that person should really know what's the requirement is, and only after he or she is totally clear should the person move on to the developer. And another thing is what to say, the developer who is going to develop that particular card or requirement or whatever, it is better the developer gets involved, even while talking with the client. And even before developing, there are stuff there are tools to make mock-ups, and there are tools to design visualizations and flows. So you can tell the developer to use those mock-ups, design visualizations, or so on and so forth. Either the developer can do it, or he can do it with the designer, and blah blah blah, whatever. And he can say, look, this is how it's going to work, and that can be evaluated by the client. And in fact, that kind of thing happened in one of the projects I was in, and we really got praises from the client. And of course, it was even said that okay, the company which I was in is going to study the project, how it was run and all those stuff. But yeah, two things were clear. One is the developers were given full control of the technology and everything. Nobody just coming in and saying, look, I just want to use this, I just want to use only Amazon or Google Cloud or whatever. Developers were given control. That was one big reason for success. And the second stuff was like we ourselves got involved in each and every issue. We decide how it's going to be, the mobile screens as well as the desktop screens, and we defined the interactions, and we told them, okay, this is how it's going to be. And of course the client made changes, and but we had perfect idea in our mind what we are going to develop, right? But that's not the case in all other projects, and like what to say, like in many other projects, even the product owner doesn't know, or the project owner doesn't know like what's going on, and so on and so forth. So how it should be done. So it's not like, even though if you have one sprint for a week, it's not like for 1 week you should waste the time or something like that. You could have given some requirement to the developer, and he would have been doing it intensely, thinking that okay, this is the right way to do, and at the end of the week you find that okay, it doesn't match your mind, so that is what's in your mind. So one thing is, like, at least break down the weeks into days. You have 5 days in a week of developing, and what you can do is, okay, let's say like there are 10 developers, so just come to the office early and review the work with the developers every day, like what they have done, and talk with them whether to find whether that okay, they are in the same page with you. If yes, yeah, then it's good. So if no, then you can tell them to make some changes, and so on and so forth. So so that's what I just want to say. Like there are a lot of pre-development and non-development activities. Like even when the developer is going to start his coding that particular day, others who are supporting the developers, they need to do some activities. So many of them are failing to do so. So because of this, developers are having a lot of trouble. In my case, unfortunately, I even lost a job because the person who took responsibility for the project didn't want to quit, and he just pointed me out. But of course, like, it is a good leadership to take responsibility, so I just took it. So that's the case, and so that's what I just want to say. Like, in order to not to lose good developers, it's better to do pre-development activities every day. So sit with developers and ask what the code they have done the day before. Talk with the client if you're a business analyst or whatever, and before the day ends, call back the developer and say the changes and all those stuff. And that's what Agile is all about. People getting involved in development, and it's not that you just need to code to get involved in development. Like, even requirement specification is part of project stuff, and so everybody, business analysts as well as the client, needs to get involved. If you're not getting involved, and if you're thinking those are all boring activities, I don't think those kind of people deserve to have a computer or operate a computer or operate a software. So, and developers should be keen about that. They should only code for persons who deserve to have deserve the moral right to have software, and right to have software being developed, and moral right to have software being used. And if you're being treated like bullshit, just quit out, and just have bravery, and have hope on your skills, and you will succeed. And if you like to develop stuff, somebody will take you in. In my case, it was quite immediate, so I was lucky. That's the thing. So this is the video for mostly non-developers, project managers. So just to say that pre-development activities are really, really important, and in most projects it's been missed, and that's causing a lot of mismanagement and a lot of bad name to developers too, because project managers don't want to take the blame. They just want to have their portions, get their salary, and point the blame on somebody. So it's a very pathetic situation, but I hope some company emerges that changes it. So that's it. Thanks for watching the video.